Bonjour. Today, I want to explore money subject. A lot of people misunderstand how money abundance is built. And I would like to offer you my gentle and honest perspective. First, I need to say something which could be seen as controversial to some. But it truly bothers me to see some schemes out there around money. I want you to know that you are not broke because of your frequency is low or because you didn't activate abundance in the quantum field. There is simply no scientific evidence for these claims, even though they are becoming popular in certain circles. Second, I must say you are not blocked because you did not meditate hard enough. That one really gets me. In fact, meditation stops working the moment you try to force it. And meditation has never been a tool for making money. When it is practiced correctly, with ease, awareness, and no agenda, clarity, emotional steadiness, truth, and freedom naturally arise. And here's the part that may be hard to hear, but far more empowering than these schemes. We are human. Many of us often navigate fear, conditioning, lack of knowledge, nervous system overload, and possibly even years of self-abandonment. And whether we are aware of it, know it, or ignore it, or have no clue at all that we are stuck in this way, the real work always starts with awareness, acceptance, and openness to change. Oh, and I almost forgot. Money does not respond to vibration. What does it respond to? Clarity, boundaries, self-trust, and the decision you make when you're no longer operating from survival mode. Money grows when study strategies, aligned actions, and emotional regulation come together. And I'm going to share something very private with you today to make you understand what I'm talking about. My husband and I, very early on in our life together, were very cautious and very aware of the importance of money. We are savers rather than spenders, which changed everything, because when tough times were there, we were able to overcome those times with the saving that we had. And trust me, we both lost our job on many occasions, and we had to face what we need to do to take care of our family and the home we owned at the time. And here's the truth. It is one of the quiet foundations of long-term financial stability, saving. Over the years, we saved and invested wisely, in taking higher risk when we were young and could afford to lose, and afford the learning curve that often occurs during those times. But then we shifted towards sturdier, safer, lower risk choices as we got older. We keep educating ourselves, asking questions to professionals or friends who are in well-off situation. How did they do it? But we also made mistakes and kept refining our understanding of money and investment. That commitment to learning and taking care of ourselves is what ultimately led us to make wiser financial decisions. And today, money is no longer a worry for us. We have saved enough to be able to take care of ourselves no matter what. Let me say this, and if I could be advising the younger people today, I would tell them this. Start early to save. Even a small amount, $50 a month. Save constantly over and over, months and years after years, become very powerful over time. Avoid debt, except for your education and housing. But pay a little extra every month on your dues, as it will reduce your debt much quicker, and therefore paying less interest for a longer time and giving that money away to the bank instead of you keeping it in your bank. And they won't tell you that. We find out 7 years in our loan when a friend of ours recommended us to do that, and we paid off our house much faster doing so. Paying a loan in 15 years rather than 30 years truly save you money and keep it in your pocket instead of the bank. So learn how money works, not to chase wealth, but to build freedom. Don't worry about wealth. And the earlier you understand the difference between spending for the moment and investing for your future, the more option life will give you. Financial wisdom isn't about being lucky. That's another myth. It's about being intentional and wise with the money you make. Let me give you another example. When I was starting my business and was making pretty good money, but I made that decision when I started my business that at least 25% of that money I would make would go into a saving I would never touch. And that, my dear friends, is very important. Remember, whatever percentage you can make makes a difference in the long term. And let me finish with this. If something in this video stirred something in you, that is no trigger. It is awareness. It is the beginning of seeing what is happening inside you. And that is where real change begins. Know that transformation can happen in any environment, but only when you are ready. No matter how uplifting an experience can be, whether it's being at a seminar, reading a book, or talking to a friend who's an expert in finances, you will still need to have done the work, the real work afterwards. which is what brings you to your desired outcomes. The work of clarity, emotional steadiness, wise decision making, and learning how money functions in the real world. That part can be outsourced to anything out there. I don't care what it is, if it's a seminar, a spirituality experience, whatever, a book, whatever marketing scheme they're selling you. Beware. What will is experiencing your reality, taking charge, learning what you need to learn about finances, and focusing on bringing the change you want in your life. Whether, as a matter of fact, if it's money or anything else for that matter. And I'll end with this. Thomas Edison said, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. In other words, doing the work. So do the work and stay present. Thank you for listening to me today, and I look forward to speaking to you again very soon.